Since it's an ace-attorney stream, I gotta test this myself. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, we're good. Okay. Let me just swap inputs. I'm mostly hoping my voice doesn't give out today. Because spring, allergies, you know, the whole shebang. Also, why I took 15 minutes actually starting this. Let's go. We're starting the trial case 2. Going back to the old Bailey. Oh, jeez, hi. You're right in my face. Alright, we're all just silent. This is it then, Miss Naruto? Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To this miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. And in my own small way, I should do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato. Suffering! Suffering! Line! Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning! Good morning! I gotta answer. That's quiet. Let's see it. Toto chatting away happily as is the main player of today's trial isn't here. What? Oh. Did you just break the fourth wall there? Why'd you do that? Why? Oh dear. I didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. Oh no. Stupid allergies causing me to freaking cough. Allergies and Natsume's voice. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly. You're meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting. What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. And the literature you see is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of important conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me. You mustn't talk of the path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume. Another example! Oh, yes, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I'm sure you'd been. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I'm sure you'd been to me and returned you a bit of a long lost hope, lad. We've not even been in Great Britain in a week yet. Oh yeah, that's right. It's been a while. It's been a while since they mentioned that, so I kind of forgot. Yes, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh? What sort of decision? I should figure it out of the trial. Alright. So, I'm assuming he's going to talk about going back to Japan. Because we see him in Japan and he left behind his cat. It would seem Mr. Schultz isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. A very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long way, stay away if you ask me. Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way to the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. Hold on. Jeez, man. Come on. Why am I like this? When the Reaper stands for prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Sasaki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somehow, somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end, that's all. I may need a refill on water if this continues up. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by the lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Absolutely. Justice will be done, you'll mark my words.
I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right.
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me. Please be as ruthless as you like.
Thieves deserve to die if you ask me, especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all.
No, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this, I got my own problems. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead us flock to a righteous verdict yet again.
And once again, they've got the voices mixed up. The girl has the male voice and this old man has a female voice. Now, Lord Van Seeks, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. So it does have the results. Please.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to that blackguard in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer you to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hope I don't have to do your voice for too long, because you're definitely gonna mess up my voice.
As indicated by the defense, we found a bar shop just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression at the top of it.
Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Well, that brains at the yard analyzer. Yes, you're right. It was tea.
Hold on. Gosh.
There wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
No poison at all.
That's good for us.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
What a revelation. As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Sasaki Natsume, is blameless here. Oh.
My lord friend is jumping to conclusions again.
Jeez, come on, in the middle of a statement too. I hope I'm muting all these. Hold on, I forgot to do a bot test. Hold on. Just do something quick.
Oh no.
There we go, okay. Oops, I bumped my mic. Jeez, I'm all out of sorts today. I did it again! Come on, dude!
A typical Nipponese reaction.
What?
Yes, it's true, no poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? you take a drop of the thing and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Council.
Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court had already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the same. Oh, you said Shakespeare, not Shakespeare.
Very well, I will hold the prosecution's request. Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another conversation with our theatrical friend. Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand. Ah, gosh.
Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, that have a belly full of foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes, but it was revealed in yesterday's proceedings. The witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe.
By using boards of soap such as this, he is stealing gas in the supply company, yes?
What may smile and be a villain? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a room for the sweet view given. That's right, villagers, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief.
I haven't forgotten. Kept all about the ice and coins. A tiny secret there, you. You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say! Arrest him at once! And let him feel the sting of my tail! Oh, indeed, by dint of vile and cowardly means I have plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I'm sure.
If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here?
Cowards may die times before their deaths. And to regard such as I, death would be well deserved. But with that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentlemen are further east than Verona to contrive to poison me.
Objection!
But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare?
Very, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that the poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. I am already all out of water. I will be right back. It's gonna be one of those days, and hopefully I don't have to restart again. I'm freaking HDMI 1, jeez. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Decided to go for a quick pit stop at the bathroom while I was at it. Hopefully I don't feel like crap like the last time that I had to do this. Alright, let's go. New water, new testament, let's go.
The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. Thrust my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. It was feigning distraction and our debate. Never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus, it is no surprise that the poison not be found in the tea I did pour it into the mold of soap.
Well, I think this one's pretty easy. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience. Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. But no poison bottle was found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. I knew that. But now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands. I like that line. Ah!
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I Shakespeare be a common thief of gas. Blood! Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have not to lose. Well, I do declare.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Take a sip of 4 and let's go. Alright.
Hold it!
Well, I should probably like limit what I press because I don't want to strain my voice any further than necessary. I understand that you're already acquainted with Miss Natsume, is that correct?
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee? Or know thee not? Methinks tis that I know, that thy destiny mingles with mine.
You lost me at the first "the."
Zounds, sir! Thou must learn the English tongue after thou turn thy hand into lawyering.
I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture.
Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine flavoured brew. There a drop of poison did burn its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That dear offence be the simple truth. This Mr. Shakespeare, he seems in even better form than he was yesterday.
Either that or I'm in worse form.
That fated evening after they did dine, at Grubb's Grubbery, a local hero has a good report. Not to pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But be told, the poison was not in the tea at first.
Wait, what was that about the bar? What was that? Hold on, let me. Grubb's Grubbery. Have you heard of that place before? Well, it says good report, so I assume that a place such as that would not like. I assume like a place renowned such as that was not purposely poison him. But I guess I can look here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what to do here. Let's just see this. No. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I know exactly what to do here. Because there's no tea ring around Mr. Natsume's cup, so he would have drank his immediately. Yeah, I'm gonna present this here.
Objection.
Yeah, that one was easy. You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible.
How, Chop Logic? What is this, you darkly clad fiend?
2 tea cups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant. They have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible? What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed. Such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring. Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean.
Prithee, sir, make a start of it.
Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted. Tea! Tea!
Well, it's hot.
That's right, yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well after the several hours of the tea was left standing.
Bertha!
In short, Mr. Shakespeare, he clearly lied to the court.
Objection.
Sip. As a rule, if I fill my hollow chalice up to 7 times during any one trial. Well, so apparently we finally have a number. So Von Zeeks fills those chalice up 7 times. Just like what's his name? Gutto fills up his coffee cup 17 times. So Gutto has 17 cups of coffee, while Van Zeeks has 7 chalices of tea. Oh, yeah, 7 chalices of wine. Or excuse me, grape juice. You might want to keep that information to yourself. Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me. I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. Okay, well, so that means that sometimes you just flat out forget. Unlike Gutto, who just is strictly 17 cups of coffee, even if one of them smacks Phoenix in the face. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant. On the contrary, they illustrate what? They illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shakespeare.
Yes, my liege.
Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea of the accused cup. Could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be that? Yes. Perhaps there's some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene. Wait, teapot? This is the first we're hearing of this. A fact that had vanished from your memory until now.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, 'Tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night.
What?
Forsooth, I was mistaken. I did plan to use the tea from the Japanese Pharaoh's cup, but lo, when I looked, it was empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot as my leash did suggest.
And you just suddenly remember now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
Meepo's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. Excuse me, I need a drink. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have been watched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... And there goes the cape. The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. No!
What does that mean then? I did it clear it means that there's no issue with the gas testimony.
Apart from the prism of the leaving glass, obviously.
That guy's voice just keeps changing and changing.
My lords, like this gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear. After I did dine at God's grubbery ale house that night. Not to pass my lips, but the black tea given me by the Japanese. His back be stooped slow as death.
And what did you dine, sir?
Why, I did protect my favorites. A process would be called soup, and a leaf that would be called salad.
Insalubrious as a menu as the establishment where it was served.
But you gods would have given us some drops to make us amend. Really, I would suffer what punishment to see fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray ye, wise and noble fellas, now forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. There is an your humble servant Shakespeare doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
My lord! Who's that? Oh, it's you.
If I may speak, my lord.
Crap, here we go again. Yes, Mr. Foreman?
I believe we may have been duped by the Latin defense lawyer.
By me? You just have a grudge against me, don't you?
To the cry, you might regret.
We all know the waif there was making the coins of ice to keep himself warm.
But this lawyer's lad said he's doing a gas. He deserves a dose of poisoning. He believes that the Scarlet Pound, that's what he's been doing.
I really never said anything like that.
But we just did it for the victim, and there's up in our eyes again. If we do this time, I'll be sweet on it.
Court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman. And we will duly hear the court's jury's findings. What? No! You can't do that! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
We gotta do one of these again. I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
Oh, happy day.
How is this happening? Why are you questioning it? It happens every single time. My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out an summation examination. Very well, the court upholds the defense's rights. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of the crime with which he is charged. Kinda hope there's like no tutorials here. But like, because this is the second one of these in this game, but I've already done like a whole bunch of these. I need a drink, hold on.
A man lodging me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I don't agree the gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gases. Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver out across the city and maintain the pipes.
Truth be told,
Truth be told, the team my wife serves that for me is a little sketchy at times.
There's no other explanation, is there? I do feel that perhaps the personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind. No, you really should mind.
The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There could be no doubt of that.
Then how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned.
Yeah, I've had this in the mindset ever since we started. Because there was this whole, like, quote-unquote curse, and, like, the fact that people have, in that apartment complex, I guess you could say, were killed as a result of gas poisoning, not like poison inside a teacup, which would make sense, yes.
All only helps to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
In fact, I think I have an idea of who the culprit actually is. I'll keep that private until I'm either proven right or until we actually see like who it is. But that's surely almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will
Be found guilty. So we gotta establish that the gas is called the cause of the poison. The poison was caused via gas, not via the drink. No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Okay, I'm already feeling better than I did the last time I tried to stream this game during coughing fit / allergies season. So I think I can continue this. Alright, yeah, just press everything. All the evidence you say.
That's right. There's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at this Japanese man with the big mustache.
This is an Englishman with a bigger mustache.
I'm a Waluigi.
Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind.
If only we had that kind of evidence.
Don't worry, the examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
Let's hope so. Okay, we need to come back to this, Willow. Start though, I think I need to find some way out of this deadlock. Alright, so talk to him later.
Hold it!
This isn't the time or place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But thoroughly think of the injustice. Yeah, this gas in here is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever.
This isn't the time or place to be ruthless either.
If I may interject here.
Yes, madam?
Seems my fellow juror has taken issues with the price of a company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of things like this, man, that the costs go up. Oh, what a beastly man! That's kept Westers, those unhushed sorters, poisoning tea, stealing gas, utterly unforgivable!
No, I'm assuming that somebody isn't the one that's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes.
Mr. Natsumi hadn't been poisoning the tea either. Well, anyway, I'm quite made up my mind. This is amazing about the price of gas.
I mean, you gotta pay your taxes. You can't go tax evasion. That's not good for you. Can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I take poison over gas every time. You take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it?
Goodness me, what are you talking about? Such a strict lawyer, man.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. In most circumstances. But I think you'll find that poison also can't light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right! I hadn't considered that at all! My voice just cracks it, talking, doing this voice.
Young lawyer, man.
Yes?
You have a good head, I should honest. We could use someone like you as the company's legal representative.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is I haven't had the best experience with the gas companies in the past. Alright, you with your very manly voice. Can you please refrain from all this talking gas?
That's not going away here in case you hadn't noticed, because my company's gas. Am I supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
She's really buzzing now. But up!
I don't know what the run from furious explosions and poisonings. What about electricity? What about getting the electrocuted? What about that? There's no explosion here, and there is nothing in comparison.
The explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly. The gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have fallen with devious reprobants to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas company? Of course! Capitalism! Not quite what I was expecting.
We generate gas and deliver it to our customers for this good.
Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. Hold on, I need to cough.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't have gas at all.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You don't think it's possible, wouldn't you? But they still have gas, you see, and sell that.
Oh, crap. They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people through a network of pipes. These dealers are brilliant. Secretly, they disconnect their pipes and divide their gas into their own other pipes. Then they make a contact with the household supplied by those pipes. Take money from the price of gas delivery areas without us even knowing. They're diverting gas to their own pipes illegally. What a praise for them theft. When we visited customers' houses to collect money from their meters, we don't have to check whether or not one of those devious companies has been up to its tricks.
What do you have to say to that?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh, golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Think about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled up about it recently, you see. Go on. An outsbound gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. And you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away a company secret, center.
Oh, please, everyone knows. But it was very neatly to the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean?
Explain if you don't mind. It's a step for these unscriptures are the gas company's connected to the customers for a pipe network.
Yes, but I was blowing into the pipes coming to it.
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes. And it's at a very low pressure. By blowing out to the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily.
Okay, how is this relevant at all?
Henry did. And he likes connecting to the same pipe or flicker for a moment.
I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property have no contract with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. That's the reason why your teams of workers go around neighborhoods and investigate which lights flicker.
Trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew it on the pipe with all his might. And you can guess what happened, can't you? Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean... That's right. The lights didn't just flicker. They went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house. What a disaster. Jeez, man.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew toward, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at Philip. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting the lamp and blowing it into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connecting to the same network of pipes. Interesting. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Oh.
Mr. Naruto, I think perhaps.
Yes, this is almost certainly the clue we've been hoping for. Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Alright, Drew. I thought company's secret investigator.
Like I said, man, it's widely known already. Well, very well. Juror number 3, you amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. So, then I blow to under the gas pipe, you extinguish everything in the house, and then you're in real trouble. Huh. You know, this actually, just this fact alone, makes me suspect someone other than who I was suspecting in the beginning. Huh. I don't think, is there a way to... I'm not sure if I can... I'm not sure if I can actually connect this into anything right now. I'm gonna wait on that. Hold on, I'm gonna finish what you said. Blah, blah, blah. Well, got here we go. Okay. So now she says this, and he doesn't respond, so I can continue here. I had no idea. It's almost unbelievable.
It might seem unbelievable to you, but it's happening all the time. I say at the capital. It's a very difficult telling something you can't see, you know? Very difficult indeed.
Thank you, that will do. Clearly, this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already. I concur. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe this subject will suit him well. To you need a career in nothingness. Thank you so much. You will turn your attention to the next juror's assertion, please, counsel. In a little bit, because drinking all that water made me want to use a bathroom. I am so sorry, once again. I mean, at least it's not like when I was feeling crap the other day, but this is just for me drinking a whole bunch of water, so I will be right back once again. Alright, I'm back. I hate spring so much. Alright, that is not the right button. I was just picking up my controller again. I hit the wrong button. You mean it's poisoned?
That's right, that's happened a few times now.
This is the most trouble indeed.
It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in a tea time C, and I see her doing it, my wife. She gets a devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder in my cup.
And you drink it anyway?
Oh, it's brought up proper language. If someone gives you a cup, how you drink it.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
Dude, that's just salt. Everyone's speechless.
But I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No! So, she didn't really care about the poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable.
Jeez, man. Let's move on, please. The heck was that? And then the old man that talks like a girl. Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your leaning? Sorry, what's that now? Oh, I was just saying that the victim did actually eat or drink something else on that night. What's the matter with you? Sorry? I said, if nothing else specific to the lips like that, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't been listening at all. I feel like there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here.
compared to other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all. It would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. I suppose. Trouble is, he has selective healing. Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people. I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shakespeare was really poisoned. We have to prove it happened some other way, not via Mr. Nesume's tea. Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen. I know! Mr. Naruto, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Oh, like what? It's important to watch everyone involved. Okay. Zabba zabba blah 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 blah. There's the tutorial I thought that we'd get. Once again, Saki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. But perhaps let's just and remind me. Then again, no, I don't need. Okay, I'm just gonna skip all this. As far as change. Yeah, we gotta change their minds. No, I don't need help. I don't need help. I know what to do. I think I want to actually. Sounds like they want me to pit this against this. Well, I'm not sure if that. I'm not sure. This is worded weird. Or maybe I'm jumping the gun. What if I want to pit something else? Well, you're probably irrelevant. I don't think that's relevant. This is. You're talking. I think I have to try this because it's worded weird, but these are the only two statements that I see relevant.
Objection.
Those two statements that clearly contradict each other. Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel? Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said? Okay, good. This is correct.
Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
What explanation?
I wonder. Did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there are any traces of poison there?
I was curious to see what your flooding will result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe. Scotland Yard has enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
What the piece of work is that man? What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? Why don't I turn around to actually talk to him? Because he's behind me. What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange as strange? That is what I say to thee, sir. I thought I'd be quite clear. Let me put it another way. The strike knife could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. That is how the poison came to enter your body. Good lord!
I tasted it in gas pipes. Is that what you're saying?
Suggested that the poor man was desperately hungry and that it fills his body with gas. Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him. For shame, madam. Speaking thy sensi. I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon that I had to kiss pipes.
Objection.
Oh no. Obj- I don't kiss pipes. Objection! You clearly do. This is no examination. This is a farce.
The prosecution will not stand anymore on my Nippany's friend's conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to place his lips on the pipe that feeds it, he would have been a contortionist. These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say.
Objection.
You guys are idiots, you know. It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shakespeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say what is this conversation? I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shakespeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. Slap. I have evidence to prove it. Oh, jeez, I'm being interrupted. I'll be right back. At least that time it wasn't. At least that time it wasn't myself like going into another coffee pit. Oh, hi Vix. Hi Vix. How's it going? Happy birthday to you. You know what? I'm gonna do you a little favor here. Just give me a second. Here you go. There you go. Enjoy, dude. Happy birthday. Welcome in. Jeez, I picked up my controller again. I hit that shoulder button. So we're like, I want to say, close to halfway through the second trial of the second case in this game, and we're just now trying to figure out like where the poison stems from, and I've got a feeling it's coming from the gas pipes. Although these idiots think that he kissed the pipe for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, you get that attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So let's see this evidence then. Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that time and time again Mr. Shakespeare stood in front of his gas pipe. Well, I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
Take that!
What the? These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints. Dude, they're called handprints that were found at the scene. Handprints, Council? Never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however. My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. It reveals all the places that Mr. Shakespeare touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Well, if anyone can invent something like this, it's the great Soames fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Entertaining Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture then? Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the actor, perhaps?
At first, my colleagues and I thought the same, however. Imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of... Ah!
I don't believe it! The gas lamp!
Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shakespeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right. What have you been up to, you nut?
I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
He said that blowing to a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now if you recall juror number 3's statement. What? Me now? When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, he caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and the gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shakespeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey!
Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
Wilson acknowledged that the prosecution is required to remain silent during summation examination. I must toast my learned friend's utterly disregard for the letter of the law. What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zeeks? This curious photograph, whatever it is. Look at this graph! Presented by the defense. The so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But that is a new forensic technique developed by the great detective.
Is nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. You idiots of the 1800s, late 1800s. Certainly, with even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes, cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But... Please, my lord, if I may.
Mr. Sato?
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene, as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
We got him!
And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we cannot. I cannot believe we. I'm completely botching this sentence. I don't believe we can allow that to happen. I'm sure the jurors would agree.
Well, they all agree, seems like. You're right! Whether those strange handprints are significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Juror number 3.
Oh yes, I do declare that the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. I want to hear about the shady act the fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Well, that's 2 more to not guilty. My voice is feeling a lot better now, though. I think the pill I took earlier is taking effect. The allergy pill, I mean.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I didn't say tonight. I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait. You heard his lordship. It's not fair and taking evidence.
Oh, now we're 50-50.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. Just one more juror change. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Mrs. Sato. But I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much a success.
Oh, Shakespeare's sweating. Why, Mr. Shakespeare? You seem to be losing your composure, even though he's standing right behind me and I didn't turn my head.
Just one more juror, Mr. Naruto. You can do it.
Very well. Continue, counsel. Alright, so... You're good, you're good. You're not good. You're not good. You're not good. So, well... I did say, like, I could... Earlier, it wanted me to, like, talk to this guy later. So I'm gonna try this now. Oh yeah, this is new. All the evidence you say?
That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing out at the Japanese man with the bug mustache.
Oh well, I've heard this before, but it's not letting me skip this. Oh, here we go. The defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events of the night in question. What do you make of that?
What? Your so-called skin print?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And Mr. Shakespeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question. Can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Well, yes. I won't deny that was playing out in my mind. But the prosecution rightly says we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. Besides,
Yes?
even the fellow had been up to some mischief with the gas pipes that had died before. Doesn't mean that he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh. Yeah, he's got a point there.
You can make your case better than that. I can't change my stance.
I don't make a bad point, sir.
What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. No, wait.
You got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. Be your Japanese codes can't that is.
Just leave our nationality out of this, please.
Mr. Naruto, if we get substantially out of position, I'm afraid the jurors that change their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe in the night in question? Before one more interruption. Hopefully this will be quick. Here's hoping that's the last interruption of the night. Or the evening. I don't know what it... I did something a little weird on Streamlabs, but I didn't mess anything up. Back to this. So can I show Mr. Shakespeare that the Mr. Shakespeare really deployed on the kid? Okay. I can't prove it. I can present evidence. I have supporting testimony. Huh. Well, let's just see here. Well, we already established like this. That's where the water all came out. That's how he stole gas. Or not water, but the frozen coins, the frozen tea coins. There's nothing more to examine on this. Can't exactly see any like lip prints. That has nothing to do with this. That has nothing to do with this. A torn off piece of envelope, man. Nah, I don't see anything in that. I don't think I'm gonna say I can't prove it right now. And then I'll check the testimony that we have left. Well, I'm not in a position to prove it yet. I had a feeling that would stop you Japanese. We are capable of independent thought, you know. Racism. I think we need to gather some more material to bolster our position, Naruto. Yes, that's what I was trying to imply by saying we can't prove it yet. Thank you, Counsel. I want the examination, please. Alright.
Hold it!
You have anything new to say? This is the third time going through your statements. I'm not seeing anything yet. Of course, the game is not stopping me by giving me like text I haven't seen yet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is all stuff we've just seen before. Right. And you're talking about the salt. Thank you, autosave. Oh, come on. Okay, I actually need to just go slowly in case I accidentally trigger the tutorial. I pushed X too many times there. Yeah, no need. Okay, that's all I need to do. Well, I guess here's the easiest way to see all the statements we have currently. Because I think we're gonna go with some sort of testimony here. Any way to prove that he put his lips to thing? Well, the T is completely irrelevant now, so it would have to be this statement or something in this testimony, but I think we've already done all we can in there. There's gotta be something in the evidence. That's about the natural death. Well, the street map's not useful. Oh. Sopa's looking at me with one hollow 270 wide eye. Well, literally, Prince, we've been hearing a Southern Rebel, I think. Really, whoever would have thought of using this expression to make coins of ice. It's clearly one of those ice coins that was in the soap when we first found it, wasn't it? Well, it was sort of reddish color, I seem to remember. Yeah. Because it was T. Wonder why we didn't get that other envelope as evidence. So it doesn't seem like it's gonna. It doesn't seem like this case is gonna go on like, oh, Natsume is left-handed and Shakespeare is right-handed. It doesn't seem it's gonna go that way. Or sorry, opposite way around. Shakespeare is left-handed, Natsume is right-handed. I don't think it's gonna go that way. I don't know if I can. Here, I guess I could save here. I haven't saved in a while, actually. I don't know why I have this here. Jeez, 226. I've played this case for way too long. I've delayed this far too long. Well, I mean, I have. No, don't do that. I mean, I have to like see here. I'm gonna get back to that question. Huh. Can I show messaging? I still don't know if I have the right evidence to do that. No container of poison was found. Well, that's not relevant though. I wish we had more evidence, more like things that like implicated the like stuff about that curse that Natsume was talking about. I saved, you know. I think I'm gonna try supporting testimony. No, in truth, I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony?
Isn't it incredible? Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details of the gas in the Gyarados residence that night. Namely... Oh, it's gonna give me everyone. So Mr. Gyarados himself? Oh, cool. Duncan Ross is in here. Like, I really want to say it's you. None of the other jurors are here, except for Quimby Altamont. But yeah, I'm gonna try this.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Foreman, does that convince you? I don't think that's it. I don't think he was listening. Rest assured, counsel, I shan't let this nonsense go without penalty. Crap. I thought I got away with it. Witnesses spoke about the gas in the night in question. Yes, there was someone. That's what I thought too, but obviously I chose the wrong person. So, I do have the right idea here. I do have the right idea. I do have to present a person here. So if it's not, I almost said Mr. Altamont. If it's not Mr. Gyarados, it must be Natsume. That's voting testimony. Okay, I'm gonna try Mr. Natsume.
Take that!
There we go. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Sasaki Natsume himself.
The defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in the court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. Whole series of strange happening. Yeah, he did say that. This is him talking about the curse. So I guess I was right when I was mentioning like I need to show him something about the curse. I guess I didn't realize I should have. Well, I didn't think that witness testimony would lead me to actually presenting profiles. That was my problem there. On the night in question, the gas in the defense room went out. So I asked the court, well, was that a mere coincidence or not? Oh, golly. So that Shakespeare fellow blew air into the gas pipe and make the man still go on purpose?
Now hold your horses there. Why were they doing that for?
Oh, he's sweating. Again, Mr. Foreman, What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true, I don't have any conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree that there is more to this case than meets the eye.
Ah! Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, on man and logic, first and foremost.
There we go. There's our last flame. That's 4 jurors leaning toward not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls the trial to continue. As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, 4 now called not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of the trial. Jeez, that was long. Mr. William Shakespeare.
My lord, I can die humbly. What can die humble Shakespeare serve thee?
What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God mend thee, I said daughter solemnly swear. I recall the razor, the lamp as a pipe.
Put your handprint on me and type the mess all over the wall, eh? How do you explain that, eh?
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been studied enough already. Juror number 5.
Me?
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed Detective Toy has no place in a British court of law. Ah! As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, unestablished from conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Objection!
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there...
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Yes. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if the poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. So you're not able to check you're not able to check like traces of poison via gas, because I think strychnine is a gas, not a liquid, or not a substance. Ah, I didn't think of that. In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow into the gas pipework where he lived? There's only one possibility I could think of, and that is to use leaking gas to commit murder. What? Who are you trying to kill? Order, order, counsel. Precisely, whose life do you propose this man was planning to end? The answer couldn't be simpler, and we've unraveled the mystery thus far. Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of... He wanted to kill Master Natsume, didn't he? I mean, it's either him or Gyardeb. I'm gonna say because of the curse he's trying to kill Natsume.
Take that!
If the gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live around these parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without a stove is pretty much suicide. It'd freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Gyardeb, the landlord has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end. Outrageous. I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim the man was trying to murder. Good gracious.
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge his fantasies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question is then arises, is who put it there?
Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
Then we must ask, how can anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs?
You mean to suggest? To suggest.
Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question could be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who put the poison in the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Sasaki Natsume. Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume.
This is not good.
The defense counsels theorized this failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever.
Crap.
Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Ah!
Ah! Damn it, man.
How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
Listen, Haruno, you must respond. Otherwise, remember that there may very well change things against us again. This may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Oh, it seems that somebody put the poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
You mean name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. Oh, jeez. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now.
Prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
What the? Oh, don't worry. We know exactly what.
Objection!
Why is it doing this? Wait, I know, it said it had my voice, so of course it's gonna be me. There's only one other person who I believe could have been involved in all this. The true culprit of this crime. The true culprit? Oh boy, here we go.
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate, great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who's the so-called true culprit of this crime?
This guy's the guy I've been leaning towards the most. You're okay. First of all, you're dead. You're just the owner of the place. You're the only Altamont gas, so you have nothing to do with this. Plus, you're a juror, so I don't know. You're the prosecutor. You actually care for everybody in the lodging, so you're irrelevant. You're the quote unquote victim. Oh, well, I guess not quote unquote, but you are the victim. And why would he willingly put his lips on the thing if he knew it was poisoned? So I see no reason to suspect you. You're the detective. You're the defendant. So why would I suspect you? She's been the one who I've actually been leaning towards the most. Well, maybe up until now. Because I feel like she would have a motive. There's traces of the envelope in the room. However, the how would be the biggest concern here, because well, I mean, I guess I can eliminate these three already. But the problem is with my theory of that all of it would be the culprit, is how. Because she was stabbed in the back with a knife. In case 3 of the last game. However, she has a motive with the dead Duncan Ross. It's either her or Meterman. And I think Meterman was just doing his job. I'm leaning more towards Olive. I have plenty of life here, so I'm gonna go for it.
Take that!
The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green. Damn it, I was right! I didn't want it to be her, though. Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard of that name somewhere in the recent past, Council, but I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago? The victim in the recent case of stabbing in Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Nathan was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe, but here she has regained consciousness 2 days ago.
I heard, and I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shakespeare's poison took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True, on the night of the incident occurred, Miss Green was in the hospital unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday. We found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. Good gracious, she had poison! And there's another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court. Tell me, Mr. Shakespeare.
My lord, pray, what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
Yeah, no, never heard of her.
He stuttered, judging by a look on Mr. Shakespeare's face.
I think perhaps he generally doesn't know her, at least not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. You will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to his conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
1 hour? That's a long break, but okay. Very well, I grant the request. Excellent, I hope. The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of the court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned. Alright. This seems like a good place to stop. Please give me a to be continued. Yes, good. Okay. Finally, a decent sized stream of this game for once. It's been a long time. I'm glad my voice didn't give out in the end. Alright. So next time we finish case 2. I mean, unless the last part of this job turns out to be like super long. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Vix, you're probably lurking if I don't know if you are or not, but depending on if you are or not, thank you for coming in once again. Happy birthday. Enjoy that gift sub. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.